Hey, thank you everyone for joining. And I said, as I said in our chat today, we'll start our journey of DevOps. And with that, let's start. 21 participants, okay. So this will be more of DevOps, developer and operation. Operation, obviously we started a bit with the cloud. So we'll merge. So cloud we started. Somewhat now we know how to create an instance, the infra as a service. That's what we already know, right? So now I'm starting the development side of it. So what I'll do is I take the development and again we'll come back to our cloud from the other session. Then we'll merge. Let's see how much time it takes to merge together. Then once we merge both the things, development side, preparation, and we have already seen how to the cloud preparation. Then once we merge, then we'll completely do one session and rather both the sessions, Monday and Wednesday and Sunday, we'll do both the same, like same pipeline we'll make. So some housekeeping stuffs. Before really we go ahead, I expect that, as I said in our chart, that I expect you to come with laptop with Java installed or JDK, not just JRE. So who does not know JDK and JRE difference, I'll tell you that. And also Maven, because we're going to create Maven projects, and we're going to compile and build those projects with Maven. And we'll.
मैं ना तुम्हें करूँगी रात को. मैं ना अभी थोड़ा रख रही हूँ. हाँ.
Okay. Please mute yourself if you are not talking. Thank you. Okay. So, how many of you already know Java? Hands up, please. Java people, just please hands up so that I should know how much in depth I have to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please hands up. Whoever you know how to work with Java. You may not know Java completely, but at least you know how to work with Java. Even if a hello world should be fine. At least a hello world. Okay. Not half of them, I believe, almost half. 4 participants raised hand. Okay. But how many of you know in Linux platform? In a Linux platform, not Windows. Core Java, yes, very core Java. Just I don't expect a very advanced Java. Core Java in Linux platform. No, not many.
No, when you mean Linux platform, like deploying it like Linux, or it's like
just writing. When I said that writing a Java code and executing it in a Linux platform, maybe hello world also fine, but at least you should be able to execute it. How many of you know? Please don't put the hands down. Now I want it, like how many of you know really executing a Java code on Linux platform? Please hands up. I did see 4 participants. Okay, not many. And I do see many didn't raise the hand if they know Java and not Linux, obviously. So should I cover basics of Java?
Not very detailed, but maybe just a little the basic things how you do and do stuff.
Okay.
But
Maybe because I think many people would be from different language, not from Java, like a .NET or some scripting. So
No,
they
I
may
understand. So, okay. So that's fine. So what I'll do is, let's, because this is DevOps, not a development session. So I expect every DevOps engineer should know every tools at least, or languages at least, to build. That's why I said, if you don't know also, you should know. You may not able to build, write a Java code, but at least you should know what is the structure, what is, how to build it, how to compile it, and how to run it. This is what least expected out of a DevOps engineer, right? So when you are building a code, how to build the Java code? If you, even if you who are all Java guys, if they want to know how to build a .NET code, or how to build a Node.js code, how to, because all are obviously languages, and being a DevOps engineer, I believe you should know at least to build the code and deploy the code. That's what I expected. So, okay. So let me speak a bit about Java, what it is. So how it runs, at least, if not writing the whole set of code, how to run it, and how to build it in a DevOps language, how to build it and how to deploy it, right? So I'll be sharing my screen, or if you're a Windows, that should be fine also. So I'll try to be neutral to any particular platform. Though Java is a platform neutral language, but there is something obviously platform related, is the deployment of Java itself. So if you go ahead and open your browser, if you are a Windows guy or whoever you are, Mac, Linux, or Windows, first is download. Maybe on Google, you can Oracle Java, right? So if you download, you can find it here, and you will be in the Oracle page for downloading the Java and JDK download. So there is a difference between JRE and JDK. JRE is Java Runtime Environment, which is responsible for running the application. You cannot build the code with JRE. Remember this. So JRE is a base platform on which you will run the Java code, or the compiled code, or the built code. So whereas JDK, Java Development Kit, is required for building the code. Okay. So what we're interested in here is JDK. Okay. So can you please mute yourself? Sometimes I feel soundish. Otherwise, I'm going to.
I guess you can mute it, right, Panchalashi?
Yeah, that's mute all. Okay. Okay, so this is the page you download, and what you download, don't download the Java AC, that is standard, Java. There are different kinds of release again. Okay. Java AC and Java J2EE, it used to be JEE Enterprise Edition, and AC is Standard Edition. So you just download the Java AC Development Kit, and don't go with 14, because there are some advantages, like traditionally it is a bit different than Java 8. Up to 8, it was having a different structure of the JDK. After 8, it changed a bit. So I'll just expect you to download the 8 rather, and that will have some because many companies also still stick to Java 8.
A little before I downloaded JDK 14 and installed, so they uninstall that.
Yeah, better just because it is not kind of very backward compatible. So I believe if you download Java AC 8, 8U, right? We'll be working on this because many of the code, I think, today also running on Java 8.
Sorry, which website you went in?
It is Oracle, oracle.com. Just that's why I searched on Google and just it will the best way. Download Oracle Java, right? And I went here and go down.
One quick question, Java 8 is needed. I have Java 11 already. So because of my accessing my company laptop, I already have 11.
Yeah, then keep it. If you are already using something, keep it. Okay. But for major people who are not installed, just download 8. Okay, JDK download. And here, when you click it, just go down and you see Windows 64. Download this one. If you are Linux, then you can download the 64, x64 tar.gj. Okay. And if you're Mac, obviously Mac itself, Mac OS, this one you can download and install it. So I have already installed. So you can do the Windows. It is a simple executable file. So you can install. Okay. And it is just click, 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 and it is not much difficulty is there. So.
Sir, do you have any idea about OpenJDK versus this one? Like many people, they prefer to use OpenJDK instead of.
Actually, not many people. I'm afraid.
Means people who are using open source.
No,
they are telling like because of licensing other stuff for development, they are.
Not any enterprise. Not any enterprise, I believe. And when you are working in an enterprise where people really serious development is happening, they prefer Oracle Java, which is licensed obviously, and they make support because OpenJDK, open source is anyway open source, right? So the development may happen, but ultimately when people write enterprise class applications, they prefer Oracle Java. Okay, for development purpose, maybe okay, but when you are actually running your enterprise code in a serious mission critical application, obviously they prefer Oracle Java. Okay. OpenJDK is again OpenJDK open source, so nobody is responsible, right? So okay, so let me show you how to quickly maybe install. I'll log into one of my Windows machine maybe. So can you see my screen now with your Windows machine?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we need to log in to download the Java?
Yes.
You need to create an Oracle login.
That is the difference it made after the Oracle acquisition of Sun. They made it recently. I think 2 years back. Not 2 years also.
Not even
1
2
year
years
back, they made it mandatory that one must.
Around 1 year back, I think they did it mandatory.
Yeah, you must log in to download it. So
we have to create the account, right?
Yeah, without that you cannot download. So this is my Windows machine, and this is a desktop I'm running remotely, so I access my remote desktop. I accept. So I'll just stop the sharing quickly. I'm not able to log in. I don't know why. If you all quickly can create an account, please, and download.
Done.
Okay. Okay, so I have downloaded it now. Okay, once it is downloaded, just go to the folder and just double click here.
Literally, it did allow me to install download without signing in.
Yeah, so I asked, please do sign in.
Okay.
Because that's what we are discussing, that now it is mandatory that one must be signing into account. So you see, this is JDK, right? So because I have already installed, and so it is directly going to runtime. So this is the difference. Java AC runtime environment. So it is a Java runtime. And once you download it and install it, it will create a folder here in the C drive program files. It's important to understand it. Why I'm telling is it's important. This is called Java class path. We have to say Java path and the JDK path, and there's rather JDK home. It is called JDK home and Java or Java home. So in the C drive program files, there is a folder called Java. Here it will be created. And if you see the JDK 1.8, actually previously 11 was installed. Now I install JDK 8, if you see here, right? So one can have multiple Java instances also, multiple versions, okay? Based on your path set, it will take. So here, if you see, this is my path of the installation path. This is called actually C program files /java /JDK 1.8.0 underscore 251 is my JDK home. So once you install it, what you do is, it's important, please remember this piece, this PC, go to properties, right click and go to properties. Here, this page will appear, and go to advanced system settings. Okay. In the advanced system settings, you will see there is called environment variables. Okay. Here, in the environment variable, you may see the user, there is a path, right? There will be environment variable called path. And to see what is your current path is actually, you can always see command line. If you use command line, what you do is, how to execute a command line quickly, go to the search path, CMD, just type CMD, your command line will come, and echo, just, you can see what is your path actually. Path is a environment variable. So you can just type echo percentage path percentage. So if you do that, you can see what is your path actually, what is the path variable, whether JDK is already there. You see here, I have already JDK is there. Because previously I installed JDK 11, so I have it. Now, because I have it just now I installed Java 8, so here I have already, if you edit it, I have, okay, there are two, if you see two windows here, one is for the user Pinayak, which is my current user, and this is system wide. That means the whole system, once you set here, the system variable, it will be valid for every user. So previously, you see here, I have a path, or I have created a variable named Java home. Okay, so here I'll just remove it for your sake. Here, let me remove it, Java home. And I also remove my Java home here. Wait. As if I'm new. Okay, now nothing is there. So go to environment variables, and if you want to keep in your systems variable, you can do that. If you want to do in the user variable also, you can do that. So let's do in the system so that every user who logs into your laptop will be getting the same data or same path. So what you do is create a new variable name, maybe you call Java_home. Variable name, Java home. And what is the variable name? Variable is nothing but just what you go to is in the, this is the address bar, right? Or the path. So just copy the whole drive. What is the value of this? It will be typically C program files Java JDK 180_TPP1. Just completely copy it and go to the same and paste it here. Variable name, so that you won't miss anything. Even if a space or difference will change, the whole thing will not work. So better is copy paste and okay. So you see now there is a Java home variable, environment variable is created. Okay. So here after this, what happens is go to path. There will be always, by default, there will be a path. Without this path set, your no Windows commands will work without the path, right? So, and now don't delete ever. So path, go to edit, and what you do is new, so that there will be new, and here what you give is just percentage Java home percentage /bin. Forward, it's a black slash, Windows bin. Bin is binary. So that means you are giving your system, what is the percentage? It's actually variable, the value of the variable. Percentage is nothing but in Windows, how to represent the value of a variable is percentage. Percentage, variable name, percentage, that gives you the value of the variable. So what I gave here is percentage, the value of Java home, which previously I set, and then the /bin directory. So this is actually, I'm setting the directory here, this bin. Here all the Java related commands are available. So actually I'm setting the path to this directory or this folder. So that system will recognize that all the Java variables are, which place all the Java variable or Java commands are executed. So here it is. And okay. So now, and place okay and okay. Now, if you again execute the same command, echo path echo, you see here now, okay, I have to just restart my command prompt, echo path. You see this, the new one will be you see here, right? So this is the path was set. You can also set what is the Java home also. If you want to see what is the variable, environment variable, the value of a particular. So even if you can Java home, and you can see what is the value of that, echo Java home. So you can, this is a command just to see what is the environment variable value of that. So you see echo percentage Java home percentage equal to this. So that means your Java is installed in this directory. That's all I just, this is important because this will otherwise, now Java C will work. Java C is a command is used for compiling. It is called Java C Java compiler. It is used for compiling the Java files. So if you don't have this path, let's see what happens. Now, if you don't have the path set, so suppose I remove Java home and I remove this one also. Sometimes the system takes, let's see if it is taking or not. CMD. You see here, what is the difference? It didn't find previously Java C, it is not recognized as an internal or external command. Java C is not found, or Java even if not found. So, okay, this is taking J. Okay, the difference between Java C and Java is Java runs from the JRE because it's a runtime. You are running. Java C is part of the JDK, Java Development Kit. Okay, so here Java is running. It is taking actually from the JRE. So we have not, still JRE is in place. We have not removed JRE because if you see here, in the directory which we installed the Java, there is another folder called JRE. And it has got a bin directory also, which is all the runtime related folder and files are present in JRE. So that is by default already set by the system. So Java you will find, but you cannot compile a Java code unless you have the path set to JDK. So I'll do that again quickly. So this, I'm repeating this because it's important to set initially, okay? So system, I'll repeat slowly how it to be done so that you don't confuse. From the beginning, this PC, right click, properties, advanced system settings, environment variables, and new Java home, and I copy that path completely. JDK, this one, copy and paste it here. Okay, and then change the Java path and add a new. It is percentage Java home percentage backslash bin. Okay, and okay. Okay, once you do that, again, CMD, command prompt, let's see Java C. Now it is recognized. So this is the use of setting the path variable. So that system will find from where it is executing. That's important of path, okay? So being said that, just this is important just to, so that it will be able to build it. Now, I want you, all of you, to download another tool which is useful. After this, what we do is, there is a new tool I already like many. In fact, I don't, not only me, but many people like it, is Microsoft Code. This is a tool provided by Microsoft recently. Though many of you, all the Java developers love Eclipse, but this is another tool useful today. It's a lot easier actually. Just to, you see, Visual Studio Code. Okay, this is from Microsoft. I like it. This is download free now, Visual Studio Code. Okay, this is one tool you can use. Or if you once you start that, maybe download Eclipse. So this is another traditional tool used invariably almost everywhere wherever Java development happens. Okay, so this is one of the famous, obviously. Eclipse is very famous in the Java community. Downloads the 64-bit and you can install it too. And it's a bit heavy to be installed because it installs a lot of application servers also. But if you are Spring Boot application, you are just developing, the lightweight Visual Code should be fine. It's very lightweight than Eclipse. Okay, so I have installed my code here already. Visual Studio Code is installed. Without wasting time from everybody, I'll directly go with this. This is already installed in my Windows systems. Okay, and you can do that. It is pretty straightforward. Just download it, click, 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 it will install. Okay. Now, this is one tool I want. And again, another tool we want for our code to build is, because we are developing some advanced Java, not just hello world, we are developing some microservices. So obviously we want some advanced tools to be used for our building rather than just a Java C or compiler. Java C is a very primitive compiler, you can say. From the day Java started, it is there. So maybe 20 plus years now, Java C is the compiler which is there. Okay. So what I want is there is another tool is useful called Maven. M-A-V-E-N. Download. Okay. So this is a very important tool used invariably almost in all the projects today. So just go and download this Apache Maven project. Okay. You see here, it requires JDK 1.7 and above. We have 1.8, so it should be good enough. So here, the binary zip, maybe you can just download this one. 363 Apache Maven 363 bin.zip. Just download this one and download it. Unzip it. You can use any unzip file. Obviously, I don't want to just go and cover those, how to unzip it. Just unzipping, after unzipping, what you have is you see this one? This will be, no, sorry, where did it unzip? It should, okay, here it is. This is the folder it created. And just copy the whole folder, copy it, right click and copy, and maybe put in the D drive or something like that, wherever you want. You can put in C or D. I'll prefer D because I don't want my C drives to be cluttered with my development activities. So normally I prefer all my development activity to be independent of the C drive. C drive is normally reserved for the operating system itself. So I don't prefer to do my development in C. I always normally do in my D drive or whatever. So copy, right click and paste in the D drive. So I pasted it here, Apache Maven, right? You see it has got a bin directory also. So I want this to be my path, it should be in my path 2, okay? So copy, in fact, I want it should be, Maven requires that you should have, okay, let's see what is the command it uses. I just wanted to show you. in the Maven, Apache Maven bin, it is MVN. Okay, this is the MVN command. So it should be in our path to use, and now you can check it, CMD, before really going forward. I am to execute it. MVN, it won't found. It is not recognized, right? So what you do is same thing, go to AC properties, advanced environment variables, and in the path. So here there is something again, M2 home, M2 home. It is normally this way it is represented, M2 home. Or here it is because 3, so maybe I'll put it M3 home. Okay. Normally previously in the Maven 2, so it is M3 home you can put, so that I'll maybe, or directly, even if you don't want, you can directly put in the path. Let's not make it complicated. So here a new one, and simple, you copy up to the bin directory, copy it, and new, paste it. Okay. Okay. So now let's check it if it is in our path. MVN. Yes, it is executing, right? Okay. So you can always execute which version you're using. Same thing like Java version. Used to see which version you are executing, just Java command and MVN command you can use hyphen version. Okay, so this is the main two tools we need, Java and Maven, and also a visual tool. If you have the tool called Visual Studio Code, that would be better. Okay. With that, these are the today. I think it's important just to do our homework before we really go and code, right? Let's say again another. Instead of writing the microservices Spring Boot applications from the fresh or from the base, there is something available on internet which makes life easier for the developers. How many of you know Spring Boot application, where it is from? Spring Boot is a framework provided by actually Pivotal. Okay. My ex company, by the way, I was working for Pivotal. So Pivotal is the company who started the Spring Boot framework long back, I believe. So they provide a tool called, if you go here to the browser, called start.spring.io. Start.spring.io. Okay, it is called Spring Initializer. This is a tool which is available to everybody just to start the base Spring Boot application. It will give a framework. It will create all the directories for you. It will create also a very demo application for you. It will add also whatever packages you did for creating a Spring Boot application. So this is a good tool to just remember. It is called start.spring.io. Okay, so let's create a project, quick project. Okay, Maven, select it. There are two types of applications project you can create. Gradle based. This is Gradle is another build tool available in the market, which is getting momentum, of course. Gradle and Maven, because we are doing with Maven. So I'll select Maven. Then create the group. which I have created is like my company name, BOC, just created, big open cloud, BOC demo. Group is dem, BOC, and it is demo. And the name is demo. So artifact is something, what is the package you want as the output name? Output name, I want the demo, and project name is demo. So, and demo project description, it is the just, you can write anything you want. So, and the package name, the Java package will be created is boc.demo. And package is a jar. Jar is again, okay. Jar is something called Java archive. So it is nothing but simple like a zip, what you know as a zip folder, right? A whole folder can be zipped together into one file, like for portability. So it will be much more portable if you combine the whole folder into one file, so that you just copy the file and go and unzip it. So that is a portability and compression both, right? Compressing, what is the advantage of zip is compression as well as portability. Same thing here, all the Java classes, whenever you create a Java, okay, all the Java applications or Java code ends with .java. All the files ends with .java. Those are all Java files. So whenever you compile those using the Java-C, it produces another file called .class. So that is the work of, that is .class is nothing but called the bytecode. So I do not go a bit deeper into it. It is called bytecode. So, and Java runs that class file. Java is the tool, which JAVA, Java is a command, or it is the tool which takes input as the .class file is text as the input, and it runs it on the JVM. JVM is Java Virtual Machine. So the package name is here, I am going to create a jar file, which is very similar to a zip file. But what it does is it combines all the class files in the project into one file called .jar, J-A-R, Java archive. And that file can be also executed. Instead of executing individual class files, what I'll do is I'll just execute the jar file rather. So it becomes easier for portability and also compression. So that's why it's called archive. So here if you see 8, 11, and 14, it supports all, right? 8, 11, and 14. As we go on, we'll see what is the difference between you. So because we have just installed 8, so let's select 8, okay? Now, Java, again, the Spring Boot applications needs some of the packages, extra packages. So add dependencies. Here, right side, if you see that this is a button here called add dependencies. So click that, and you'll see there is a called Spring Web, the very base application, very basic applications, okay? It requires a Spring Web dependent package. So let's click that, Spring Web, and it is selected in the and add it. You can remove it too from the right side here. But that's all I need for the time being, because I want to execute quickly a small Spring Boot applications with Hello World, which should appear on my web browser. And click generate. And it will, you see that there is a file .demo.zip will be downloaded. Let me put that into my D drive, okay? Okay, D drive. Now I'll go to my D drive. I'll create a new one, maybe called community learning, okay? And I'll put my zip folder there. So here, so that I want to, so that this is the folder where I have my zip file basically, and I'll unzip it here, unzip, extract here, right? Now you see the demo folder having some files here. and also the source code as well, if you see here, right? So now same thing, what I'll do is, now I don't have any work with this, I'll close it. Okay, now I'll open my code, Visual Studio Code. Okay, and go to File and Open Folder and go to D. Okay, I have multiple. Okay, and open the demo folder. So here, if you see, there is a source code folder is there, one main and Java, and there is a demo application as well, right? So if you see here, the whole folder is created, the folder structure is created, and the one demo file is also given, demo application file, and there is a PUM file also. This is actually required for the Maven project to work, okay? There's a PUM file which is actually called deployment descriptor actually. So it can actually describe the whole project. Okay, so this is the one way, and you see here, once you open a Java project, it understood that, the tool understood that this is a Java project, so it is asking Java extension pack is recommended for this type of file. So you do want to install it? Yes, I want to install it. So by default, it will install the Java extension pack. Okay. So once you're with this tool, you are kind of platform independent. You can run same thing, same tool on Mac or Windows or Linux, anything. Okay. So here it is telling Java development kit and so on and so forth. But I'll now I'll be comfortable to execute my on the Mac. So I'll come back to my code here, right? So same thing, it is running now on the Mac. Okay, I'll open my code here. The same code. Okay, so here's what happened. Let me close it once more. I'll open it. Nothing is there. Okay. So I have a demo file. Let me delete it. It's old one. So I have same. Just unzip it. Okay. It's demo here. You see this one. Okay. I'll now reopen it. Why it is not opening? Something is, the system is working today mad. I don't know why.
If you will close the Visual Studio Code completely, then again if you'll open, maybe it will work.
No, it should work actually. Okay, it is open now. Okay, so this is the demo one. So here you see this. Okay. Actually, this particular, because I'm doing a full screen, it is blocking me. The tool, Zoom tool is blocking me. Okay. So okay. So this is the Java code. You see, I'll not go deeper into the code because many of you would not know it. It is a bit advanced. So who are all familiar with Spring Boot, they will understand it. But if you see here, this is the main function where it runs from here. Okay, just as it is, if you run, it will not do anything. Okay, but if you go to I have changed it. I don't understand writing here code now. If you go to, I have logged into the GitLab. I have to upload it also. In the GitLab, I have uploaded the code too. So GitLab, who are all just already done it, already signed in and opened. If you see here, I have created a project, right? Here I have opened, also uploaded the source code with the same thing, but I have.
So what is the access basically needed? I tried get inside, but I don't see anything project inside.
Okay,
I think
we'll see that accessibility. I think I have to work on the accessibility because I didn't make it public yet. Okay.
Okay, sure.
So we'll see that later, the accessibility, but let's see how to, if simple we run this code, because we are interested in running the code rather than what the code is, right? So we at least at this point, I'm not interested to take what the code output is, but how to run it. Simple. If you go to this tool, and here if you find there is a terminal, new terminal. Okay. Once you do that, you will find itself, you don't have to open any separate terminal. Same thing with Windows also. Okay. In the Windows, this is Windows, right? This is Windows. And if you go to here terminal and open a new terminal, this is also same thing. Okay, you see here, and it understands some of the Unix commands also, right? ls, pwd, all these things. I'm familiar with the Linux commands. So, okay, so you see this is the path. This is the file contents. Now here directly in the demo directory, I'm here, and this is the code, right? This is, again, remember this, I'm executing this now on Windows. Okay, this is my, so that I want to cover actually the Linux as well as Windows guys both, whoever wants to create whatever. It's mostly people in a DevOps environment prefer Linux, but obviously who are all Windows background, they should not be just feel that difference. Okay, so here these tools does not, I don't know, the zoom does not allow me to completely zoom it. Okay. Here is our code, and this is our code, and I just, let's terminal, new terminal, and if you see here, we are in the demo directory. It's important to understand which directory you are executing the commands. Okay, so inside demo, go to inside demo. You can do always, if you are in the different one, cd demo to change the directory, and here execute simple mvn just to check mvn is executing or not. If you have done everything correctly, it will obviously simple mvn will fail it. Okay, the build will be failure, obviously, but because you have not given, it has mvn has it always target. What is that you want to do? So it expects a parameter. So mvn clean is a target always. That means it will first clean your environment. If it is anything already there, it will clean it. So if you see clean, actually it will, previously I built it, so it cleaned it, some of the previous build. Same thing, this is Windows, and in fact, same thing we can do with any other platform. So this is again my Mac, MVN clean. Okay, so this is the, it will call as build success. That means it cleaned. Anything success, it will term is build success. Okay, so I'll switching between Windows and Mac so that you'll be comfortable.
And let's say, how will you invoke Visual Studio Code in Linux?
Yeah, you can download that. It's available for Linux as well. If you see here, sorry, you.
Means, my question is like the Linux terminal. From there, we need to execute that.
Okay, no, okay. If you want Linux to be used, obviously you do have the X server should be running.
Okay, got it. Yeah, got it.
Without that, how will you obviously do it?
Okay.
Okay, the X server, that is called X server.
So usually developers, they get the X server to execute from clients?
Yes, they do. Development platform is completely different. Like,
okay,
without the GUI, normally most of the developers don't work. So most of the developers, they use GUI. And because faster development, just writing codes in the command prompt is always cumbersome and it's difficult. So it is good to use any tool, particular development tool like this.
Okay.
Either Eclipse or Code or Visual Studio. The full with the code is a small one, actually part of the Visual Studio. So okay. So anyway, so this is Windows, and now MVN. You can execute multiple also. Okay, clean and package. So this is another target. Also, package is means make the whole package, build as a package. So you see here, it is building. First, that means first it will clean the previous build and it will make a new package. That means MVN, clean, and package. You see here, it is completely, Maven is downloading all the dependency packages from internet. You see here, repo maven apache.org. So it is nothing but, Maven is nothing but a repository of all the dependencies on internet. Okay, so that you are not actually downloading any jar file or the packages who are all already, if you know the Java code. So here it is build success, and if you should do ls, you see that there is something called target here. Target, it's created. Previously it was not there. So if you go to the target, you see there is a jar file here created, demo 101 snapshot.jar. This is the output. Okay, irrespective of the platform. This is Windows platform. I want to show you the same thing with my Mac. Here, this is the Mac again. So here, MVN clean package. By the way, just this target, the source was there, target was not there. So it's always after you build, there's a folder called target created. So same thing, if you see here in Windows, previously, I had something in the D drive, the demo. What is my demo? Okay, community learning. This was the demo. This target folder was not there previously, only source code was there. Okay, so inside the target, you see, these are the very important, because why I'm telling what package, because when you have to give the path, you have to know what is the folder name. So target is the folder name always. So, and here you see there is a jar file created. Okay, and to execute that, what you do is Java minus jar. That means you are giving an information to the Java command that you are executing a jar file, not a class path or not a class file. So Java minus jar and give the path which is to be executed. So dot target, if you see here, it's a Windows, sorry, it's Windows. So simple target. Target. Oh, I am already in the target. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So Java minus jar and target, then demo. This is the jar. Okay. Just execute it. Enter. And so it is running. Okay, it's allowing me, asking to allow. Okay. So it is running now, and you can open your browser. So this gives one example that how easy it is to create a web-based application simple by one command. And you can go to your local host, port number 8080 by default. Okay. So it is saying, because we don't have any page, so it is giving error that page does not exist, but it is running because you have not created any page. Okay. So that means a web server is running, but you don't have any page. Now let's add the page. Okay. So it's what it did is Spring Boot application created actually a web server. It's Tomcat actually inbuilt. Inbuilt Tomcat server actually it ran behind. Okay. So let's add a page to it. So I have given that already because I didn't want to write here directly. So I have already created that page for you. Let's go to my Mac. And so here, I'll close this demo here, and I'll open another package which I have already created, open. So this is BOC, no, DevOps. I created this one. Okay, Spring Boot demo. I created this one, sp-demo. Same thing I created. So what I do is go to source, main, Java. This was there. We have, if you know, this is already there, which I just showed. Okay. So this is already there. What I created is another file called controller.java. This is required if you want to add a page. So what I did is just select the way is just click here. If you see here, new file. So with clicking on new file, I just created a file called demo controller, and I added this Java code. Let's now go deeper into it. Okay, but what exactly is doing? I am adding a path called /demo. That means from the root directory of the web page, I am creating a demo folder, and I am just returning that hello world of Spring Boot, hello world of Spring Boot. Okay, this is what I'm adding, a page, simple page. So just go to terminal. Here sbdemo, npm clean package. It's built. Now let's go to the browser. This is any browser. So I'll open another browser. So this is localhost 8080 /demo. Because why this demo? Okay, is it okay? Why this demo is this is the /demo. Okay, but here I have changed the, just to show the demo, it should be by default 8080 port number. If you see here, it is not coming actually because I'm putting 8080. But let's see if it is the port. How to change the port if you want. By default it is, but if I have changed the port number, so here there is in the resource folder always there is called application properties. Okay, so here I changed the port number, server port 8090. I have changed it purposefully. So now let's go to that and change it to 8090/demo. Whatever, it should come. Oh, okay, I'm not running it yet, sorry. Okay, it's just build. I am mad. Okay, so Maven clean, but I'm not running it yet. So now let's Java minus jar target. Okay, run it. So now it will come. You saw it? I just got hello world of Spring Boot. So this is a web server running and exporting the port 8090 and giving a demo folder where I'm. So without installing anything, if you see here, typical web server, what we did on the first lecture on cloud, if you see, how did we create a web server? We created a VM, virtual machine. Then we installed the packages of the web server like HTTPD. Then I created a HTML file, index.html file, and I wrote there, what should I execute or what should I get? HTML file, right? So here, without doing anything, simple writing a Java code, without installing anything, any application, any web server, Tomcat server, anything, I simple created a Java file. I executed simple Java code, and it created a web server. It created a page, and it gave me the output also. Okay, and it is, you can write, then you can actually change it here if you just want to check here. Even if you want to return something called HTML, I want to return a HTML code actually here, HTML, and let's type body. Here itself, and I can execute it, and body here, and to write this, and maybe the background simple, I like let it be center. Center, and maybe I want to highlight it, each one. Right, let's save it. And let's rerun it, simple. Once I do it, Control C is actually to stop it, okay? Control C. So I have to, because I have changed the code, let me build it again. I have to build it because I have changed the code. Okay, then rerun it, just run it and see the output. You saw it? Hello world of Spring Boot. In the center, I just changed the output. So this is the way as a developer, I could create something which can be deployed. So this is the starting of DevOps. You see, without, I'm a developer, I didn't know anything about infrastructure. How to create a web server, I didn't know, I don't want to know, I don't need to know, right? A developer need not know how it will be deployed, but I want to execute it. So this is a development environment. I just created a web server with my code. And who gives me that? Actually, Spring Boot gives that framework. The framework, actually, Spring Boot framework creates the web server for me. This is simple application, simple Spring Boot application demo. But now with this same thing, we can create a API also. And that's what we are interested in finally, creating a microservice which creates a API endpoint. What is API endpoint is where users can reach through the API endpoint for a service. So what we'll create is ultimately we'll create a service, we'll expose an API endpoint, and all the clients will call to that API endpoint to get the services, right? So that is what is achieved using by a developer. And how, finally, what we'll do is we'll take this jar file and we'll containerize it and then run it as a container, because obviously during deployment, you are not going to run a Java file, right? The Java is a tool useful for running during development. But when we want to deploy it in a deployment production environment, obviously we want much more sophisticated tool to be used for deployment. That time containers are used, and containers are created using Docker. So we'll create a Docker container from this jar file. So this jar file is actually a deployable jar file. Remember, the output, which is demo snap.the jar, is a deployable file which can be taken and put into a container, Docker container, and can be executed there inside the Docker container. And the port which is executed and which is obviously which you mentioned here, the port, through that port, the Docker container will be expose that port, and through that port you can access the application from the Docker container. We'll see those in the later, sometimes later, maybe 2-3 sessions later. But for today, this is I believe enough. Just to start, I just showed how a simple Spring Boot application runs in the code, and I'll fix some of our permissions. If anybody is facing the permission, I have already put this code today. I think it's already time. We could not run Git because we don't have time, but this is the code I have already pushed. The same thing. If you see here, this is the application demo, and this is the controller. So same thing, and we'll see how to access this code using Git maybe next time. But I'll see also in between if I can give you access, or I'll make it public otherwise, so that you will be having, you won't need any accessibility. Anything else? I know we're late.
So the one question in the terminal, basically how you are executing the Linux command, right? So for that you have a separate setup, or how is that?
No, actually I am. You see, okay, let me go back to my Windows. So you see here, I have not done anything, right? I'm simply executing Linux commands here on the terminal. And it is a Windows system, okay?
But it is not the same for me. It is saying that
if you install Git, it comes out with that. If you install Git on your PC.
Yeah, so you install Git. Okay, so but today I think Git is down. Okay, you see here, Git download. I checked it actually. Go to download, and when you click it here, it is giving error. Oh, now it is fixed. I tried 1 hour back. It was giving me error that because it was S3 bucket actually. It was giving that the key is not valid, like so it was not downloading from, they actually Git they have hosted in S3 bucket, looks like. So 1 hour back, it was when I was trying to download. Okay, let me finish that then. What you do is, because it's doing now, go to maybe on Google, git download. Okay, as I just did it here, git download, and go to download here and download for Windows and install it. It's an exe file. Okay, and once you download it, you can. This is a Git client. Okay, it will give us a Git client will be installed. You can just only with this option next, and just let it be there, and next, and so on and so forth, and next. Git from the command line also in the third-party software, or if you see here, use Git from the Git bash only, or this is the recommended one. So put the middle one and next, and give the paths, just put next, and you see here open SSH, okay? SSL library, and check out Windows style commit, and check out Unix style endings. If you choose this one, it will be Unix style, and this is also Windows style commit and Unix style endings. Choose the first one better, because Windows, next. Then default terminal, next, enable this and install. Because I have already installed, I don't need to, but this, then install, click install, okay? And then you can use Git. I will see that in details next time in our next session, next Wednesday. Okay, for today, I think it is enough, and we'll see how we're doing next time. Any doubts, quickly?
Sunday we don't have class?
Sorry?
This Sunday we don't have class?
Yeah, we do have, but that is specific to cloud.
Okay.
DevOps on Wednesday, or not Wednesday, and cloud is on Sunday.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so thanks everybody, and I do have some messages. So let me read what those, some private also. So somebody suggested something, what is the time, how to check Java version. Okay. Okay, so I think nothing important. I thank you everyone for joining, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.